Hey everyone, I've had quite a few people asking what have you done to your bike, or what's everything you've done to your bike, and it's way too much to type out on a YouTube comment, so I thought I'd go through the list here. There is a rack that I have with a Pelican case on it and a Rotopacks on top of that that's not on here currently. It's in the garage because one of my future projects that I'm working on is going to be an auxiliary fuel system tank thing on the back here, but that's not done, and that's where the rack is. So here we go. Okay, 1.75 gallon Rotopacks, 2018 250L folding shift lever, 2018 kickstand, and I used to have an RG Racing pad on it, but that RG Racing kickstand pad is junk, so I got rid of it. And I just accidentally ordered a 2018 kickstand instead of the one for this. They are different. Anodized hex key timing hole plugs, anodized oil drain plug, the Bill Blue or B&B Cycle Restoration 305cc big bore kit, billet throttle tube. I've got a Blue Sea fuse block up here. Got a brake snake, Cycra handguards, a DID X-ring chain, the Dobeck AFR Plus EFI system, double take mirror, Flatland radiator guard, Garmin Montana on a RAM mount, K&N air filter, Casey Highlights LED spotlights, Kory throttle rocker, Kory voltmeter, license plate bracket that I hand built. I used to have a lower mud guard on it. When I had the sidecar on here, it was to keep ice screws from flying out and hitting my my trailer that I had for this. Used to have for this when it had a sidecar on it. I also had a sidecar for this. Lynx R fairing with the LED upgrades. Manrax rack, which I talked about earlier. Msr handlebars. I changed the rear axle nut to a castle nut and cotter pin instead of the lock nut because I had a lock nut fall off of here. I've got Pro Taper grips, I've got Renthal sprockets, I have a 1445 set, and then I've got a set of factory sprockets, Honda OEM 1440. I've got an RFX folding brake lever, Ricochet skid plate, Rocks bar risers 2-inch. I've got an SAE charge port up here for charging the battery at the battery tender or running my USB adapter. I safety wired the front sprocket bolts, I safety wired the front sprocket cover bolts, Seat Concepts seat foam and cover kit. Now they actually sell a whole seat, you don't have to do it yourself. Single wheel trailer, which is right back there. Where'd it go? Okay. Trail Tech coolant temp gauge, Trail Tech tack hour meter, Wolfman Enduro tank bag, Yoshimura oil fill cap, and a Zeta front sprocket cover. Okay, that's what I've modified. Here's what I've deleted. Evap canister, factory oxygen sensor, fork reflectors, helmet lock, kickstand switch, pair system, passenger brakes, rear brake switch because it got damaged and I didn't want to replace it, rear factory mudguard, and the toolbox. In the past, I have done the airbox vent mod, which does absolutely nothing. It's a waste of time, effort, and money. I used to have Barkbusters VPS handguards, but I like these Cycra ones better. I used to have a Big Gun Evo R full exhaust system. Sounded like crap and it was cheap and fell apart. I took the backfire screen off the factory air filter, which again does absolutely nothing. I had a gutted factory muffler on here for a while, which it sounded okay, it just rusted out where I welded it back together because I didn't heat treat the paint correctly, which allowed the to fall off where I had ground it away and re-welded it, and it just rusted out, so I got rid of it. I had an FMF power bomb with a Q4 muffler on it. It sounded okay, but it was just a little too loud for some of these real long, 1,400 mile week-long trips I was doing. I used to have Renthal handlebars. They bent really easy and they were really expensive, so I just buy $17 MSRs or factory Honda bars. I used to have the swing arm mounted mudguard, which I talked about earlier, and the sidecar. So that's everything I've modified. I don't think I forgot anything. And I've got a ram ball on here that I don't think I mentioned, but Other than that, oh, I've got cruise pegs up front, like highway pegs you see guys with their feet way out forward. I've got that on here for doing long rides. I take it off when I'm going off-road. I used to have a rear subframe brace on the back, kind of keep the saddlebags out of the tire and help support everything. Yeah, that's it. Oh, got my Lucky Mountain Dew keychain that's been on every motorcycle I've ever owned, but that's really not a modification. That keychain's probably got 150,000 miles on it. So for those of you who asked, there you go. That's why I didn't type it in the comments.